Hi, I'm Phil. I've found this mental trick that's helped me, get myself to draw even when it gets a little hard. I've had this problem where I've been getting a lot less sleep because I've been reading manhwa all night and day, so I've been feeling like really unproductive. And with that, it becomes harder to get yourself to practice and draw when you want to eventually reach a goal like this, why? Right? If you look at one of the days I've tracked the time for, it looks like this. We got 90% of the day just reading manga, playing video games, watching videos, wasting time in general, right? But with this mindset, I've gotten 2 hours of drawing in. And it was this study that I did for those 2 hours. So you could say that I've actually been productive for those 2 hours, even if the schedule shows how unproductive I've been for the entire day, right? And before I get into it, I'm not saying that you should, just only study for 2 hours a day. Don't do any more, right? With this mindset, you kind of do as much as you want. Like I've been drawing for the past 4 hours, kind of studying the proportions and try to draw them without using the reference. So yeah, let me help you understand this. The question that I'm asking myself to get this productivity is, what is the next best thing you can get yourself to do? What is the next best thing I can get myself to do? So what does this even mean, right? Let's show someone like Yona Yamamai, and let's pretend that their schedule is something like this, right? But this is what I've made up for my ideal day of drawing. And let's say someone who does this is able to create something like this. Am I able to do this? Am I able to follow the schedule? No, I am completely off of it. This is my normal self. This is someone I am capable of being. Even sometimes you won't even have the screen part. It'll just be completely manga video games. This was me during sophomore year of high school. This would be my identity. This would kind of be like the outcome of all my beliefs, all my skills, all my traits, because those things lead to the actions that I take. Can we change all those things? Yes, and that's what we're gonna do. Your identity influences what actions you take during the day. And the actions you take over a long period of time, a week, a month, a year, influences about how you see yourself and the beliefs, the traits, and the skills that you develop. The only problem is that if you take actions that are unaligned with your identity, then it creates pain. Is this pain bad? No, this pain is actually good, but nobody wants to feel pain. So the TLDR is that if you change your actions, you can change your identity, and that makes it a lot easier to do the actions in the future. That's why someone will be able to do these 16 hours of drawing and studying. The only problem is that if your actions are unaligned with your current identity, then it creates pain. Like if you are someone who plays video games, reads manga, and watches videos all day, and you decide to study for 16 hours, then that's going to create a lot of pain because it's so unaligned with who you are right now. Is it possible? Yes, and that's the fastest way to create progress. But that's something that's a little hard to do. So what do? We want to change our identity to create something like this, but we can't really change our actions because it leads to pain. So what do? We take on an identity that's slightly above who we are right now. This is also known as baby steps, but I think this has more of a landslide kind of thing that creates identity change a little bit faster. What's the best thing you can get yourself to do right now? Let's take the example of wanting to wake up earlier. I want to be someone who wakes up early, take advantage of more time in the day, right? Let's say it's the night before, it's 10 p.m. and I remember this question, right? What's the next best thing I can get myself to do, right? Most people would think I'll just wake up, but we need to focus on the moment. We can only change the moment as it is right now. So it's 10 p.m. What's the next best thing I can get myself to do to achieve this goal? That would probably be go to sleep, right? Simple enough. What if you can't get yourself to sleep? Maybe it's to listen to relaxing music, if that helps you. What if that doesn't work or you can't get yourself to do that? Turn off the lights, right? All of these things lead you to going to sleep which can affect your goal of waking up earlier. Now let's say it's in the morning, you're in bed, groggy, your alarm goes off. Now it's the moment, right? It's 7 a.m. and you want to get out of bed. What's the next best thing you can do right now? Can you get out? Usually it's no, right? So what's the next best thing you can get yourself to do right now? Not tomorrow, not the day after, right now. Maybe you could throw off the blanket. Maybe you can throw your phone so you have to like get up to turn off the alarm. Do you see where I'm going with this? And when you do this, both of these things lead to the action of eventually waking up earlier than you did. And guess what? Since you've woken up earlier, you've taken one action that's slightly changed your identity. But the benefit of this is that you didn't use as much willpower as a normal person would. They forced themselves to get out of bed. And by then, they've used up like 3 days worth of willpower. It's really painful. And then the next day, when they have to wake up again, they don't want to, right? You see where I'm going with this? And if you don't get up that second day, then you don't change your identity and you don't get to here. So it's great because you don't have to put yourself in so much pain because you're just taking little steps that eventually lead to your goal for the day. It's not like actual baby steps where, draw one circle, right? And then they're like, oh, you should reward yourself for drawing one circle. Yeah, good job. I'm so proud of you. But no, we want to get more done for the day. It's just the difference is that I know that I can keep asking myself this. I keep asking myself, what's the next best thing I can do? Because it keeps changing, right? It changes depending on how good you're feeling at that moment. We will achieve this goal for the day, but we don't focus on that goal. We focus on things that we can do right now. If you can take a cold shower, take a cold shower. If you can draw a full portrait, draw a full portrait. But if you can only get yourself to draw a circle, and then you ask yourself, what's the next best thing I can do? Then you'll draw the eyes. Then you'll fix the eyes. And then what's the next best thing? Then you'll draw the jaw, right? It's one step at a time. And eventually you'll get to that daily goal and slowly change your identity to become someone who can follow the schedule and to become someone who could draw something like this. I hope this helps. Overly complicated. Yeah, join the Discord server in the description. But that's it for today. My voice is completely gone after an hour and a half of recording. So yeah, take care.